I have two eggs. One is boiled and the other is not. I have no way of knowing which is which. The only way to find out is to test one of them. Now we know that this is raw. Now, in one way or another, these two eggs are entangled, as we don't know which is which unless we test one of them.
This is roughly what quantum entanglement and superposition is all about. But first, let's get to know quantum physics. Quantum physics is simply the description of objects at the smallest scale, from the photons that make up lights, up to the electrons, protons and neutrons of an atom, and how they interact with each other. To give you an idea, let's look into the tip of this needle.
As crazy as it sounds, this area can contain billions of atoms. If you think that it ends there, you are wrong. Neutrons and protons can still be further broken down. You may not have known this, but quarks are the smallest things that we know of. Take this as an example. This proton is actually made up of tons of quarks and antiquark pairs. They are held together by a strong force carried by particles called gluons. To help your imagination, you can think of the atom as a planet and quarks are just dusts.
Mind-blowing, isn't it? Welcome to the quantum world. Now everybody observes the tip of this needle in exactly the same way. It's small, sharp, and quite problematic to thread.
And that's what doesn't work with these small quantum particles. Quantum particles, such as electrons, behave differently depending on whether you observe them or not. To simplify, I have the two electrons, which are spinning randomly in opposite directions. Just like the two eggs, I have no way of knowing whether they're spinning up or down. But in quantum physics, when we observe one as spinning up, the other is immediately spinning down. This state of not knowing whether they're spinning up or down is called superposition.
A lot like how COVID-19 tests work, a cotton swab is sent to a lab for the analysis of the materials inside your nose and throat. Until the results are out, there is no way of knowing whether you tested positive of the virus or not.
In quantum physics, we can say that before the analysis, the cotton swab was in a superposition state. Then, this brings us to the phenomenon of quantum entanglement. The result of the test can be one of two possibilities. Either it's positive or negative, with each outcome having a 50% chance.
Thus, if you tested negative, you immediately know that you don't have the virus, and vice versa.
At this point, you know that you are more likely entangled to a lot of things around you. Just make sure not with the coronavirus. So mask on,
Sanitize
and stay healthy!